And well, hello and welcome back to the Long Dark Interloper edition, episode 5, where we just made it to the coastal highway. We used our emergency stim to get here away from the wolves and bears as our torch was dying in the middle of the night, and we were flat exhausted. It was quite a tricky endeavor, and in fact, what I think I'm going to do, which I had unfortunately forgotten to do, well, there was a lot going on, so, you know, it is what it is. But we're going to drop all of this stuff that we want to cure here, actually. We've got many hides and guts to drop. All kinds of guts, and then also over here we're going to drop some maple saplings. Now, it looks a lot like we're going to be stuck here for a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to put down this extra pry bar. We don't really need it. It's okay because, A, we can afford to rest a little bit more to gain some condition, but more importantly,
starving.
we have not searched anything in this place. So we're going to search a lot of stuff while we're in here, trapped in from the blizzard. Lots of drawers, lots of opportunities for a sewing kit. Decent jeans. That's good. Okay, so let's see what we can do with those. So these jeans are worn. They're the ones on the inside. So we're going to put the good jeans on the outside. We're going to wear 2 pairs of jeans. Now let's assess. I did look at these. Ragged trail boots. Designed to last for long distance journeys in rocky terrain. Leather upper and heavy rubber sole. Probably good boots. As you can see, they're only, well, tough but not warm, but yet somehow they provide more than these, but these are in really bad shape. So it stands to reason once the ragged trail boots are repaired that we will they will end up being superior, hopefully. We did find a bunch of matches, 2 more packs of matches on our way, which that's just, oh, that makes me feel really good. We have some scrap metal. We have a hacksaw to get more scrap metal, and there's lots of ice fishing huts here on this map. And more to the point, we have an ice fishing book, which really, if we wanted to be productive, we could read. But I would like to search this place thoroughly first before I do things like reading or breaking down of furniture. Now we will take all this water. So it'll just be that much longer before we need to make a fire. We are somewhat hungry, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. The decay of your condition due to starvation seems to be very slow, as one would expect. You can survive quite a while without food. So I'm only really going to be trying to eat before I sleep to get that condition increase. Now, that being said, we ate earlier because we needed to maintain ourselves above a baseline condition of about 30%, which many people believe is the mark that you should never let yourself go below, and I tend to agree with that philosophy. But when we're doing good in our condition, we're going to not eat. We're going to try to save our food. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to check the weather, which I'm sure is a blizzard. Which I'm not really checking the weather so much as I am going to drop this venison on the ground there so that it stays fresh. As I've done some research and discovered that the meat will actually stay better longer when you store it outside. Nope, we've already checked that one. Which makes sense. I mean, it does. That does make sense. So we're going to make sure we keep that meat outside so that it stays in tip-top condition and there's no chance of us getting any kind of food poisoning from it. We also have a can of beans, although we have no can opener. But in an emergency, it is calories nonetheless. "15 minutes for scrap metal." Let's do that. We're going to need scrap metal because we're going to make fishing hooks so that when some of our guts are cured, we can make fishing line and we can go fishing. I'm going to try to wait until we have read the book, though, before I do that. No, I already checked this. Just so that we can have the best possible chance for getting a good fish on our line and make the most out of our guts. We're also going to need to make some of the guts into snares, because snares are sort of a renewable way to get guts, as you might remember from my other Long Dark playthrough. Once you have rabbit snares out and you're continually harvesting rabbits, you turn pretty continuous source of guts is what you get out of that. That's where we put down our low quality pry bar. In fact, probably not going anywhere that requires a pry bar anytime soon. We also got Field Dressing Your Kill book, which is good. You know what we need to make, we have none of, is we have no tinder. So when I tried to make a fire to scare the wolf away, it told me I lacked the ingredients for a fire because I didn't have any tinder. So that's something we're going to take some of our sticks and probably make right now. So we get 2 plugs for 1 stick. Probably do that twice here. Give ourselves 4 tinder plugs.
I need something to eat.
Alright, so now we're starving. But we're still trapped inside. Well, we could start breaking down some chairs. These chairs are in good shape. They require a hatchet to break down. Well, we can rip up some curtains for cloth. Unfortunately, we did not find a sewing kit, but we'll need lots of cloth when we find one. Sounds like the storm has stopped. Okay. Just doing a once-over, making sure we didn't miss anything. Some magnifying glass laying in the corner somewhere. Sewing kit just out of view. Check everything once, check everything twice, check it 3 times just to be sure. We're trying to let the weather improve anyways. So we're gonna recheck everything we just checked. Now, this island is not where we want to stay set up at. There is a bear that resides out of a cave on this island. And for that reason, we don't want to stay here. Wow, it sounds like the wind stopped completely, actually. Let's assess some things. Where's our water situation? Okay, we're good on that. We have some fuel. We're gonna let this stuff cure. Boy, I wish I had dropped this off before I slept 9 hours. Oh, things then that I could have done in hindsight. That's okay. We're not going to sweat it. We're going to leave this stuff in here. And we're going to check the island for sticks and maybe a deer carcass or any kind of saplings. It's really not that cold. There's a wolf. He's probably running from the bear. I just need to be careful. I know that this island is home to a bear. That's the direction we want to go, over that way. It's really not that cold, despite the snow, so we're going to have to make good use of this. I hear the bear sauntering around. I wish I had visual on him. Normally, his cave is... There he is. He's down there. Good, good, good. He's down on the ice and he's going away. So we're pretty much clear up here. The bear will keep most of the wolves away. And the bear, unlike the wolves, usually will not aggressively come after you unless you get stupidly close to him and provoke him. So as long as we stay behind him and we keep our distance, he will most likely, or she, will most likely leave us alone. Now I thought I saw something in my video as I ran up here. I don't know if it was a carcass or a person, but I'm not seeing it now. I don't want to go down that slope. And I don't want to tempt the bear, but I felt like I ran past a body or something as I was sprinting to our house. I'm not sure. But at this point, we want to take everything. Alright, we're not going to... There's the wolf. Kind of working his way over here. We're going to stay up on these rocks. And, okay, looks like the wolf is turning to walk away from the bear. That's good. So the bear is just kind of hanging out there. I see a boat. Oh, a sapling. Let's let the bear do his thing. The wolf is going away. I hear birds. I just don't see them. Alright, we're going to come down nice and slow. Yep, at risk for hypothermia. Yep, there it is. It's the person. Alright, let's check them. Empty. Get these feathers. Now, I'm not 100%, but I believe that this sapling is a birch. It looks like a birch, which is really what we want. I just don't want to upset that bear. So let's just be really slow and really sneaky. We'll stay on the other edge of this tree. Yep, that's a birch. That's what we needed. So now we can start making the shaft for arrows. All right, let's go back to the house. More feathers. The wolf is still over that way, pretty far away. And it looks like the weather is getting better. It's warming up, the snow is lessening. So we're probably going to travel. We're not going to stay at this house. This house is really close to where the wolves like to congregate, and of course the bear cave on this island really makes it not ideal. The next island, however, down that way, has another house on it we can search, and instead of wolves and bears, it's littered with bunnies. And there's a nice ice fishing hut between here and there we can check as well. We don't want to forget our fresh cooked venison when it's time to leave. Okay, so I think what we should do, let's check our food situation. We have a granola bar, that's 300 calories. And we have can of beans, 600 calories, but no can opener. Really nothing else that we can eat. I would put the sapling down, but I think we need to travel. I think we need to travel to our next location. Let's go ahead and get a drink of water. Probably try to warm up a little bit. We'll tear down some of these curtains. We'll let the weather, if the weather is trending warmer and the snow is lessening, we're going to pass a little bit of time ripping up these curtains for cloth. We'll just give the weather that much more time to improve. We'll give the animals that much more time to wander away. Generally, the animals tend to wander towards land during the day and back onto the ice at night. And let's pick all of this up.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
No, we're not going to drop any of it because this is not going to be our permanent location. Not at all. All right, 53% on the condition. Not bad at all. Hopefully, once we pick up this deer meat, we'll still be underweight enough that we can run. Let's give it a test. Yep, we can still sprint. So we're going to put as much distance between us and the bear cave and these wolves as possible. What's that down there? A rabbit? That's good. Oh, we just need to look out for thin ice, I imagine. We're not going to get close to the ice, or close to where the ice breaks in the water.
Damn.
I don't see any wolves, so that's very good. So we just need to make sure that if there are wolves, we see them before they see us. And with all of this ice, that should be pretty easy. It's nice and flat. Okay, nothing here on this island. Let's go check our ice fishing hut. This is good. We're going to be tired. We're going to be tired long before it's time to sleep, long before it's nighttime. Oh, look at this. I don't see any wolves on the ice. I'm actually feeling all right. I'm feeling okay right now. So let's see what we have in here. Come on. Another frozen angler book. Okay, well, they really want us to ice fish, and we're going to. So we can break the ice with a pry bar. Okay. Probably not the best way to do it. Ideally, we'd have a hatchet, but that's it. We've checked it all. Okay, nothing in here. And there's no door on this one. That's important to note, because I'm sure we'll be back here, and we don't want to think we can shut the door on a wolf and then be surprised. Okay, let's get away from where that ice meets the water. A lot of fishing huts here we can check. I was hoping to find at least one that had some fishing line. But we'll be able to make our own soon once these guts are cured. There's a deer. Okay. Now, I don't believe I've ever been to this island in Interloper, but on the other difficulties, this island is really just a bunch of rabbits and not frequented by any wolves or bears or anything of that sort. However, and this is a big however, I have noticed on the Interloper difficulty, the animals don't always stay in their normal places. They tend to wander around, and you find them in areas where you never found them before. But as the name of this island would suggest, this island is primarily rabbit haven, which is good because we're going to have snares coming online soon. And we are going to want to catch some bunnies. So before we go inside and begin our search, let's do a little cursory look around. Yep, get some of these, some more calories. That's good. We're really cold though. I don't see any wolves wandering around. Yep, some bunnies. That's great. We'll lay the snares right here, right outside our front door. That looks like something down there to loot. Not going to mess with that yet. Okay. Boy, once these guts are cured and we can start making rabbit snares, we're going to be in business. And here we're going to drop our deer meat so that it stays nice and fresh. And we're going to go inside and warm up because we're starting to lose our condition. Okay. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to drop all of our stuff. So first we're going to drop all the hide. Then we're going to scoot over here and drop the guts. Okay, big pile of guts. Then over here, we're going to drop our birch sapling, and next to it, our maple sapling. Now, the problem is I don't believe these places have anywhere to start a fire indoors. So I don't think we need the water from that toilet yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, let's see if we can find any sewing kits. Or a magnifying glass. Although we have enough matches, the magnifying glass is not nearly as big of a priority as the sewing kits. Because if we don't find a sewing kit, we're going to have to make the tough decision of our first fishing line, whether or not we want to repair clothing with that or fish. And I would rather just fish with the fishing line and sew up clothes with the sewing kit. But again, it's going to come down to what becomes more important in the moment. So I'm hoping we find a sewing kit so we don't even have to make that kind of a tough decision. No. Okay, well, so far, really not finding a whole lot of anything in here. So at this point, I would hope even for just some food, maybe. Come on. Maybe a can of condensed milk, a jar of peanut butter.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Antiseptic? I mean, you know, I guess I won't complain. I can't eat it. And I already have bandages that perform antiseptic function when I use them, so sort of redundant. I'm not super excited about that. I'll check all these cabinets. A whole lot of nothing. Boy, this place is really cleaned out. So on top of not having a stove to cook stuff with while indoors, this place also does not feature a workbench. Although it does feature a big warm bed, it's not the greatest place, not the best. So let me see, that's like a back door. Yeah, we can't break down any of this stuff without a hatchet, because these are quality made items. And until we find ourselves a heavy hammer, we will not be able to make a hatchet, because on the interloper difficulty, they do not provide you with hatchets or knives. You must make them. I dare say that was everything. And we're pretty tired with 6 hours of daylight remaining. So what I think I want to do is we'll eat this stale granola bar, and then we're going to sleep for a bit. How many hours can we sleep with the calories we have? 3? Or we could sleep 2. No, let's sleep 3. It's going to pass some of our daylight, but I want to be able to explore. Okay, and get our condition up. So now we're up to 42% with a few calories to spare. Not a lot. Definitely have enough energy to go running, though. All right, let's go ahead and put down. We're going to drop this pry bar. I'll probably hold on to this pry bar. We're going to put all of our extra clothing items that are heavy in here. So these shoes, these boots, This shirt, you know, honestly, this shirt we could harvest, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. We're still really heavy. It's mostly these sticks. So let's put our sticks over here, maybe. I don't think we need this many of them. Actually, let's make a tinder plug. Let's make a couple tinder plugs. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. "55% is our best one. Okay, well, honestly, what I would like to do is check some more of these fishing huts. So let's do that. Wow, it is really good weather outside. It's barely cold at all. -8°C. It's downright warm.
Damn it. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I know, we're hungry. Until we get some rabbit snares or some fishing line, though, we're going to be limited on our ability to feed ourselves, to sustain ourselves with food, which is really where we want to get to, renewable food source. All right, let's go down this way, and we'll check this boat. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so we've got some ice fishing huts. We could make some journeys there. Finding another deer carcass would be really sweet. Oh, what do we have here? Another birch sapling. This is good. This is good. Once we do find the hammer, we'll be able to go back. When we make our hatchet and knives, we'll be able to make arrowheads as well. And when traveling to Desolation Point at that time, I would like to think we'll have enough food that we will not have to worry about our condition. I see birds. And I see no wolves, which has me nervous. Last thing I want is a wolf to sneak up on me right now. That does not look like a deer, that looks like a person. And there's a wolf over there on the pier, so we're not going to go that way. Instead, picking up lots of sticks, instead we're going to go to this ice fishing hut. Kind of out here on the edge of the ice. But we want to check them all. No door here on this one. I know nothing. Oh, I wonder if... So I have to use the pry bar to break the ice open when it's time. We don't even have any string, though. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can make the hooks with scrap metal, and I have a hacksaw, so I can get more scrap metal, but I wonder if starting a big fire here
much more.
melts, helps you melt the ice. Okay, we're going to go back this way. I know we're carrying a lot of stuff, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. We're still able to run. We took a nap in the middle of the day, so fatigue is not an issue. The question is, do I want to go to that ice fishing hut? Two hours of daylight left. I say yes. I say let's do it. We'll just be very vigilant. I don't see any wolves or any silhouettes, although the fog, that looks like a deer over there. I can hear them howling in the distance, but they sound pretty far away. Yep, that's a deer. All right, this one has a door. This is good to note. So this is a potential shelter from a storm and from wildlife. Shut the door. Wow, -4C in here. Well, it's almost bearable. All right, let's search the cabinets, cupboards, cloth. Wow, no string, no hooks, no nothing. Oh, man. Okay. Let's go to this next one. The fog looks like it's clearing. And with that deer over there, I'm not too worried about wolves in that direction, because if there were wolves, they would be chasing the deer. So I'm going to write that off as at least moderately safe.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
What are those birds over? I didn't see a body on our island. We're going to have to check that out. Right after we check out this fishing hut. All right. What are we going to find? No door. Some newsprint. Empty. Empty and empty. Yep. Boy, these have been a big wash. Okay. Well, there's not a lot we can do about that. There's our deer. No wolves. All right, let's go see what these birds are circling. And that'll probably be where we call it for the night. Yep, we're starting to get cold now. Deer is running away, but not too bad. I wish I had a bow and arrow for you. Soon, soon, soon. What are you circling over?
So cold. So cold.
All right, so now we're really cold, so we don't want to stay outside too long. We're going to lose some of that precious condition that we have. And it's just a person. Okay. So we'll grab our feathers. Come on. Okay. Nope. Nothing really that valuable. A couple more feathers. Nope, I can't. I don't want to waste time trying to get that one. That's not a feather. Okay, let's just go back. Go back, we'll get warm. And we're just going to spend some time letting our guts cure for now. If we can make ourselves some snares, you know, and get a bunch of bunnies caught, get more guts, get some rabbit meat.
It's going to get a lot colder soon.
Some rabbit hide. We'll be doing well. We'll be doing really well. Okay, about an hour of daylight left. And we are going to... Actually, we're going to eat that deer meat is what we're going to do. So let's go outside where I left it. Pick it up off the porch. It shouldn't have lost really... Oh. It's over here on this side. It's still fresh. Look at that, 91%. It lost almost no quality whatsoever out in the ice. Very, very smart call to leave it out in the snow. I believe one of my viewers mentioned that. Thanks for that. And then upon doing some research, it was in fact a sound strategy. Makes sense. I should have thought of it a while back. All right, so we're going to eat our fresh cooked venison here. And then we're going to drink some of our water. Actually, wait, stop. I think we have tea. We're going to drink some tea. There's 100 calories and hydration. That brought us up to 600 calories, and I think that will allow us 8 hours of sleep on the nose. Let's do it. This has been the Long Dark Interloper Edition, Episode 5. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun watching. I definitely had fun playing. Come back next time as we continue to survive into the 5th day. I think that's a record, so for me anyways. So come back next time and check it
My
out.
stomach feels like an empty.
But until then, take care.